Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell is set to be sentenced today. In December, she was convicted of helping the wealthy financier traffic and abuse underage girls. Jericka Duncan is outside the New York City courthouse where Maxwell will learn her fate.
Good morning. At the sentencing today, we expect to hear from some of those women who call themselves survivors of the abuse of Jeffrey Epstein, as well as Ghislaine Maxwell. This is really a culmination of years of accusations, now coming down to the sentencing of Ghislaine Maxwell. 6 months after Ghislaine Maxwell's guilty verdict, she will learn if she will likely spend the rest of her life behind bars for recruiting and luring teen girls as young as 14 to be sexually abused by her longtime confidant, Jeffrey Epstein. 4 victims testified against her at trial. Among them, Annie Farmer, who told the court Maxwell at one point fondled her breast at Epstein's New Mexico ranch. In her victim impact statement, she is expected to tell the court today the number of people harmed is impossible to measure and asked the judge to consider the, quote, ongoing suffering of the many women abused and exploited by Maxwell, including Annie's sister, Maria Farmer. Maria wasn't part of this trial, but in 2019, she told CBS's Anthony Mason that Epstein and Maxwell sexually assaulted her.
I hate her more.
You hate
Ghislaine more, way more.
Because
she's a woman and she fed women to him.
Maria worked the front desk in Epstein's New York City townhouse in the 1990s when she was 26 years old.
I saw Ghislaine going to get the women. She went to places like Central Park. I was with her a couple times in the car, and she would dash out and get a child.
What did she say she was doing when she did this?
Getting Victoria's Secret models.
But Maxwell's lawyers have argued she only became a target when Epstein died by suicide in 2019 while awaiting trial.
This judge knows this case inside and out.
CBS News legal expert Ricky Kleeman says it's highly unlikely that Maxwell will get the roughly 5 years her team is seeking.
This judge is going to be looking at a high end. Ghislaine Maxwell is likely not going to get out of prison at any kind of viable age for her to live another new life.
Over the weekend, Maxwell's attorneys say she was moved to solitary confinement and was on unjustified suicide watch. They say that hindered their client's ability to prepare for today's sentencing, which is still moving forward later this morning. Jericka Duncan, CBS News, New York.
All right, let's bring in CBS News legal contributor Rebecca Roiphe to talk more about the sentencing. Rebecca, it's good to see you. Maxwell's attorneys say they plan to move for an adjournment of today's hearing because Ghislaine Maxwell was placed on suicide watch. What are the grounds for the judge to postpone sentencing?
A defendant does have a right to participate meaningfully in important stages of their prosecution. And of course, the sentencing is an important phase. The key question here is, was that suicide watch, whatever happened, she was put in isolation, really an interference here? She's claiming that she wasn't able to read certain reports and submissions, but my guess is that the judge will deny that postponement.
What will the judge consider when deciding on a sentence, and just how long could Maxwell serve?
Maxwell is facing 65 years in prison, which of course would essentially be a life sentence for her as she's 60 years old. The prosecution has asked for at least 30 years and probation has said 20 would be more appropriate. And then, as we just heard Ricky Kleeman say, her lawyers are requesting a much lower sentence. So in determining where to set the sentence, the judge is going to look at a whole host of factors. Several of the most important factors relate to the victims. So what was the harm to the victims and how vulnerable were they? That is going to push in the direction of a more severe sentence. The judge will also consider her role, the defendant's role in the crime. And her lawyers, as we heard, are trying to push for this idea that she played a more minor role than Epstein himself, and she's being scapegoated in some way for him, given the fact that he committed suicide and wasn't able to be held accountable for his role. And so that, plus whether or not Maxwell accepts responsibility, are going to be the main factors that the court will attend to.
She was reportedly seeking to serve her prison sentence in the UK. Would that be a possibility?
Unlikely. Defendants quite frequently ask to serve their sentences in particular places, and sometimes the court is accommodating if it's to be closer to family, but to request an international transfer like this, it's unlikely that the court would grant that.
So I know we're going to hear from some of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. So I want to ask you about kind of the role that they play in testifying, because the judge would have heard all the evidence already. And I've always wondered about that. Like, doesn't the judge already have sort of a concept of where the sentencing is going to go before this final testimony from victims?
I think that's an excellent question. And yes, I do think that judges go into a sentencing with a sense of where broadly they want to put the sentence. And so this is, in a way, it is an opportunity for those victims to have their stories heard. Now, some of them, as you say, had their stories heard during the trial itself, but others did not. And so this is a more broader, far-ranging kind of statement, and it's not constrained by the rules of evidence, which make it such that there are certain things that the victims would be unable to say. So it is a combination between allowing and convincing the judge, allowing the judge to hear their stories, convincing the judge that she should serve a long sentence, and giving them an opportunity to be heard in a different sort of way.
All right, Rebecca, thank you very much.
Thank you.